I'm so happy to introduce you my first guest, the comedian, musician, actor, director, Clif Knight. Hi, Clif. How are you doing today?
Hi, Olena. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Welcome to my bed.
This is very sexy. This seems very fun. Got these sheets. This is, money, so.
Yeah. So, are you ready to get InFox?
Very ready. Very ready. Let's do it.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, so let's start with some warm-up game. Okay, so this is just one word answer. Okay, try to be like short. Okay, so lights on or off?
This is hard to answer with one word. I like soft light, so like halfway.
Halfway. Okay, okay, got you. Morning sex or midnight sex?
Midnight sex more often. Morning sex can be really hot, but it has to be right. Like sometimes morning sex is like, it's not the right vibe. You're too tired.
It's supposed to be one word answer.
I can't. We'll try. We'll try.
Okay, sexting is art or fail?
Oh no, art. Completely art.
Okay, dating is a game or gamble?
I wouldn't say it's gamble. It's gamble 100%.
Okay. And love is freedom or trap?
Ooh, that depends. Because some people give you wings, some people give you chains.
What do you usually give to people?
Wings always. Chains?
Sometimes chains, maybe.
From a black guy? No, that's. Am I a rapper? Come on.
Okay, so that was a kind of warm up. Now we just moving to the actual questions for you, okay? So you are 9 years doing the comedy, and I've been on your shows. I even performed with you a few times on one stage, and I know you're always giving the good time for audience, for the people. My question is, what's giving you good time after the show?
Ooh. Once again, it depends. I like, especially if it's like, really good show, like late night show. Sometimes it's like, hey, let's go to a party, let's get some drinks. Usually people will say I can't eat before the show, but I can eat, no problem. But like after the show, sure, get some food, maybe meet somebody, sometimes. I typically don't like go home with somebody on the first night. I don't normally do that.
So you're not gonna bring your fans from the show to the date?
Yeah, it's maybe, but like not like take them home like the first night. Who is this person? But yeah, no, it could be usually after a show. Sometimes it's karaoke.
Okay.
Just something to like wind down because the show can be really like a lot. And then you just need to relax a little bit.
Okay. Speaking about like dating and stuff, what's personally turning you on mentally before something physical happened?
Eye contact, always. Eye contact is huge. Enthusiasm. Sometimes you talk to some people and they don't really feel like they're there with you. They're somewhere else. So it's like eye contact is like really paying attention. I really want to know what you're gonna say next. That's so hot.
What's the eye contact supposed to be to attract the Clif Knight?
Like really constant or like, sometimes you can tell somebody's talking to you and then you're talking and they're like, it doesn't have to be all in, but it's like it can be very. So
it's supposed to be some energy, like exchanging energy.
Or even sometimes, this has happened to me a few times where you're talking to somebody and you're not having a conversation, and then you're both stop talking and you just.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
very
okay.
much
That's obvious.
that's like okay, but like a lot of people are scared to do that. They're like,
Okay.
and that's the part. That's the game part. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, the eyes. This is what you pay attention for in
Yeah.
the beginning. Okay. What is your biggest no-no, red flag on when you see the person first time?
Like on a first date,
Yeah.
no. Oh my god, people are always late. It's so annoying. It's not like a super red flag, but it's like you can be late. Just say you're gonna be late. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, traffic. Hey, I forgot my roommate's in the hospital. Something. Even if you lie, I don't care. Just tell me. Don't have me sitting there like an idiot, waiting. Are you coming? Are you not coming? Because I got stood up. Okay, this is a story. I got stood up twice by the same girl.
Okay. Like how she was late?
Stood up like she didn't show up.
Oh, how long you been waiting?
Like over an hour. Over an hour. Two
That was
different
worse probably to wait. It was
Yeah.
beautiful girl.
And it's like I was just like like we met at a party and I was like, oh, let's go out on Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, she's like, hey, or no. On like the Monday, she's like, I have something to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to meet you. Let's push it to Wednesday. I was like, okay, no problem. Let's push to Wednesday. And then I forgot that we pushed it. So I go to the restaurant on Tuesday and I'm there. And I messaged her and I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm waiting. I ordered a drink. I'm waiting. No reply. No reply. Didn't read anything. She's posting stories. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I go back in the conversation. I was like, oh, right. She's not coming today. She'll come tomorrow. So I text her and I apologize. And I was like, hey, sorry, I forgot we pushed it. I'll see you tomorrow. Still no reply.
Oh, wow.
Still no reply. I go home. I do whatever. Next day, come back, same restaurant, order a different drink, different waiter, luckily.
Okay.
Luckily, nobody there recognized me. Sitting there texting, hey, I'm here. Once again, whole hour, nothing. She never read any of the replies.
Oh my gosh.
The next time I heard from her was over 3 months later. She sent me invite to her birthday party. What? Did you think I'm coming to your birthday party? What the fuck? And she's like, here's a list of gifts that you could get me. Gifts?
Ooh.
Gifts? You could have gotten the gifts
Oh, wow.
if you showed up. Crazy. Probably one of my worst Toronto dating stories.
Oh, actually, I was about to ask about how's the dating in Toronto. Let's talk about dating in Toronto. I like the dating in Toronto because it's a multicultural city. You can explore different cultures, but at the same time, so many
The
crazy.
craziest people here. Like, yes, it is really good if you want to be able to like talk to, mix and mingle with people from everywhere. Toronto is one of the best places for that. Especially if you're in the queer scene or something like that. You get so much more like people understand certain things. You don't have to super explain. You can communicate a lot better, for some parts of Toronto. But all in all, Toronto dating is really shit. Like dating.
What is the biggest problem for you?
Oh, flakes. 100% people who flake. We're just like people who, it's the same thing, say they're going to show up or say they're going to follow up with you or something like that. And then they don't say anything. You know what I mean? You get their Instagram, you get their number, and they just, nothing happens. They don't say back anything. It's like, did you give me the wrong number? If you just don't like me, just, why you give me your Instagram in the first place? And then like every couple of months I go through my whole Instagram and I look at people who are like we were supposed to meet or like maybe something, I just unfollow them. Like, so if you look at your following and you see -1, that's me, baby.
What about the catfishing and dating scams? That's a big thing, actually. The people send like wrong pictures or somebody else pictures. That's one problem, and they show up. They like looks different.
Totally different.
So, do you have any stories about that? Like,
I've never really been actually catfished. Somebody tried to scam me one time where they had a similar profile to somebody who I had dated like way in the past. And then they messaged me like, hey, this is my new profile. I'm trying to, what is it? you know, these things where they're like, hey, I'm you need to vote for me in this thing. Here's the link, and then you log in and all this kind of stuff. I was like, okay, this person would never ask me for that because we broke up already. Even if you made a new profile, you're not gonna come follow me and ask you for something. So that's the only thing I've had. I've heard a lot of stories where people got catfished or they send money or something like that. Luckily, never happened to me.
Okay. Okay, that's good. And do you have any suggestions for people who just move in Toronto and exploring the dating life and like?
My suggestion, obviously, stay safe. Like, you know, Toronto's a relatively safe city, but like protect yourself at all times.
Cliff, what is your suggestion for people who just start dating in Toronto and just exploring this field?
Biggest thing, stay safe. You know, Toronto is a relatively safe city, even if you're, you know, queer, trans, non-binary, or if you just date differently or whatever. But like, yeah, keep your head on. Don't do anything crazy unless you really, really feel like being crazy. Um, and you know, go outside. Like some people just on the dating apps and swiping, and I never go anywhere. Like I understand, like the apps are kind of for fun. Like nobody's really like trying to take them seriously, but like, you know, you're trying to meet somebody or like make some friends. Go outside a little bit, you know, don't go to these expensive bars because you'll just be stuck with expensive bullshit. Go somewhere nice, some live music and talk to people, you know.
Where we can meet you, Clif Knight, and which places? What's your favorite places? If somebody wanna see you in person.
Yeah, oh wow, they want to see me in person. You can always catch me at, I mean, I'll be at the comedy venues, so you know, Comedy Bar, Absolute Comedy, something like this, Desi Food Junction, the Hotel Victoria. One place you can always go and maybe see me, Drum Taberna, one of the best little hidden gems. Even though now I'm telling you on the podcast, hidden gems, good food, good drinks. They always have music. They always have some kind of event, something going on. We went to one of their events a while back. It was a very fun time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm agree. Okay, so put in the comments what's your favorite spot in Toronto and come to all that places what the Cliff said. Maybe you can meet him in person. Okay, so let's move on. And now gonna be another game for you. Just a little break from the questions. The game say name, boom. So let's move on, and it's gonna be another game for you. It's called yes or undress. Okay, you have to answer yes or no. Yes or no on your
Okay.
question, but if you say yes, you have to explain
Okay.
your question. If you refuse to answer, you have to undress one thing. Yeah, it can be jewelry, it can be t-shirt. Ooh, it's getting hotter. Okay, so ready?
Okay.
Okay, the first question. Have you ever used your charm to get what you want?
Depends on what you mean, what I want. I think so, maybe, but it's not like you use your child. It's more like you talk to somebody and then it's like, oh, you know, maybe there's a little thing here and then people can help you. You know, I typically don't really like this kind of like, oh, you're manipulating people and all this kind of stuff. No, I mean, there's some people who are very good at it. I can tell you I'm not one of them. I just talk to people, and if there's a vibe, there's a vibe. There's some people who are good at like forcing their way through, and I've never been that style. You know what I mean? You can basically figure out if somebody's on your wavelength or not, and I give up. I don't, you know.
Okay, thank you for your answer. I wish you refused to answer.
Oh, I see.
Well, okay. Have you ever had sex with person you barely know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
Okay, explain, please.
definitely, like I said, and this is one of the reasons for my rule, which is like I don't sleep with somebody on the first night anymore, because there's definitely been times where it's like you meet this person, you have a good vibe and whatnot, you go home, sleep with them, and then next morning they're like crazy. Not even the next morning, like sometimes like weeks later, some crazy shit happens, and you're like, oh, I don't actually know this person. I don't know what they're capable of or anything like that. So that has definitely happened.
Okay. Well, interesting. Have you ever get rejected because you are famous?
First of all, not famous.
Come on.
Not famous. Some people know me. Definitely because I'm a comic. There are some people who are like some comedians who are like, this is very early in my comedy career. It's like some comedians like, oh, I like you, whatever, and they're like, you're a comedian. Like, we don't do that. But then there are some people who are like, hey, I know you. I know about you, and your life is too public. You know what I mean?
That's why they don't want to deal with you?
Yeah, sometimes people are like, I want to be very private, but it's like, all right, that's fine. We could be private, but like, some people just don't want to take that chance.
Actually, I got you because I have some dating stories when the person find out I'm a comedian and they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with you because I don't want to be in your
I don't want to be in your joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, did you do anything funny? Because I tend to not really write a whole lot of jokes about my dating. I have one or two very like mainstay jokes where it's like, this person did something crazy and now I have to talk about it. So that's mostly what it is. But like, this person, I don't think she's ever seen my joke. So
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay. Well, you answered all the 3 questions. You didn't refuse, and you still dressed up.
I can take
Let's.
Okay, I feel a little bit.
Oh my God.
Yes, darling. Continue.
You need actual cigarette.
It smells terrible.
Okay. Let's move to something more delicious. Food. I know you are not only comedian, whatever. You are food lover, and you are foodie, actually. Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you can name your sex life, what kind of food it will be?
It would be like charcuterie board. You bring out the meat here, the cheese here, some bread here, some jam here. I like a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? You can taste some things. You have some. You have to know before you have to try before you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one. Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Tapas.
Okay. So what's the most awkward or funny moment you ever had during the sex?
This is probably one of the ones where it's like, yeah, this is in my joke about this one girl. She's from Toronto, and we're having sex, and she knows I'm from the Caribbean, so she thought that I must want her to moan in dance hall. We're having sex, and she's like, bad man, wind up on me. I'm like, what? And she starts playing like Vibes Cartel. It was like a huge Jamaican artist. And I'm like, this is awkward. Like, are you playing this because I'm here, or do you like this? And like, she had the actual playlist, but like, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm not gonna stop. But it's like, I was like, yeah. I was like, what's going on here? Matthew, I'm Punigaki like this. I'm like, what do you sound like that? What? What's going on? Are you? Yeah.
But did you actually finish?
We switched the music for sure. We switched the music.
Oh, actually, yeah. About music, what's your favorite music for the sex?
There's a few different playlists. Like a Toronto sexy playlist is gonna have The Weeknd, Daniel Caesar, some Drake. You throw in some Frank Ocean if you're gay. You put in some, who else is in there? Amine, like some of the very like sexy rap. You can have like jazz. I really like some like soft jazz, not the crazy jazz, not the then it's just, this is a circus. But like, yeah, usually some like soft R&B, even like old Michael Jackson. I don't know if we're dealing with Michael Jackson anymore, but a good time.
Okay. So put in the comments your favorite song for the
sexy
sex
playlist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely for the weekend. Oh my god.
That's why I'm here.
You can feel my face when I'm with you.
but I love it. You gotta clip that down. Yeah.
Okay, now the questions is more serious question.
Oh, serious.
Okay, more
Being serious before this.
Yeah, that was now we're getting more serious.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we know, Cliff, you are the queer person and you're dating men and women. So what's you noticed? What's the difference between men and women in dating and communication style? What you can say?
A lot. This is gonna sound bad. A lot of women, and I understand why they play the game a little bit. You know, you have to find out who's serious. You have to find out who's not like going to be dangerous and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of women are very cagey. They take a long time before they really decide if they like you or anything like that. Whereas a lot of men are like, today, you know, like they can be like, hey, let's go out right now, you know. Or like the whole grinder culture type thing is very big in Toronto. I know there's more than one app than just Grinder, but like I don't use any dating apps. I can't. It's too much. You know what I mean? Like people are even more flaky on apps than when you meet them in person. And for me, I need to know, like, I don't have to deal with the how tall are you question, you know, even though I'm like 6'1", like I don't like dealing with that. I don't date tall guys. Well, you're a midget. What are we doing? We're not like, every guy is a tall guy. Shut up, you know? And I need to know how people sound because like sometimes the voices are so annoying or so sexy, you know how they smell.
In the eyes?
Yes, you get the eye contact.
Okay.
In a picture on Instagram or anything, there's not really much that you can gauge if they really like you or anything like that. So yeah, that's a lot of men are like, especially you go to any queer event here in Toronto, you go to some pride event or whatever, they're oh hi sexy, you know what I mean, and you can go from there. That's like too fast. So for me, it's just like I need to find somewhere in the middle, you know, where things can be good. Spilling wine all over.
Let's say
Yeah.
this bed can handle any spewing, you know?
Okay.
Okay, so you know, we in like 2025 Toronto, everything like a modern, yeah. But still, some people have some stereotypes about queer people. Like, I would like to know, like, what, in your opinion, the most like annoying stereotype you want people just forget and throw out from the minds about queer people, queer culture?
I mean, we're in the middle of a very interesting intersection of like queer people being on like the front lines of like activism and stuff like that. That's pretty big where people are like, oh, you're queer, that means you're liberal, you hate America, you hate Canada, all this kind of stuff. Like that's at the forefront. Like sometimes if you comment on any of these pages, you know, Six Buzz or World Star, sometimes people go on your profile, oh, you have pronouns in your profile, then you must be the dumbest person alive. And it's like, you don't even know what a pronoun is, brother. Like, what are we doing, you know? One of the other big problems that I have, because like I have to stop dating straight girls. Straight girls are so afraid of bisexual men. It is incredibly
Afraid?
yes, because a lot of times they'll be like, I don't want to compete with a man because I don't have the same equipment, blah, blah. And it's like, that's not how it works. First of all, like especially someone like me is like, I say I'm bisexual, but I'm like more pan, which means it's not about your equipment, it's just who you are. You're a nice person, you're easy to be with, we can talk, we can laugh. That's what I care about, you know what I mean? The fact that like some guy might also be cute, we might also vibe, that has nothing to do with you, you know? And a lot of straight women cannot put that together. They're like, or some people are like, you're bisexual, you're just gay, but you're scared to come out as gay. You know how much harder it is to be bi than it is to be gay?
Oh, explain, please.
Like,
How?
because the entirely gay community is like they're very accepting, but it's like very brutal sometimes. Like they don't accept a lot of like, they call us half queers or halfways, whatever, where it's like, no, I'm still in this community, I want to hang out with you, but they're like, why don't you just come out as gay or whatever? It's like, wow, so you're just invalidating me, my entire identity, because you're bored, because you're, you know, too stupid to figure out there's nuance here. That is one of the ones that I hate the most.
Yeah, and you can choose like be something. You just this is the way you are,
It's not, I didn't,
Yeah.
if you think I'm choosing to be bi, that's because
Yeah.
you're choosing to be gay, which nobody's choosing that, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I know.
yeah.
I think this is the biggest stereotype. I mean, some people still think you can choose, oh, let's be this, let's be that, but
It's like you can choose people, which is what most queer people are doing, but I'm not choosing how to be.
okay.
I'm just choosing to be myself.
Yeah. Okay, Cliff, tell me please, what do you wish people really understood about sex?
One of the biggest things that I had to learn when I was younger, and then a lot of people are really surprised about, sex is a skill. It is something you practice. It is something people get better at if they want to, you know, like, especially when, because it's a two-way street. You and your partner have to figure out what it is each other wants from this. So it's both a physical skill and a communication skill, you know, to be able to tell them what you're looking for, to be able to guide them physically and all these kinds of things, to be able to, like, sometimes even just have the strength to pull off something you want to do in the bedroom. All of that, you have to, you know, go to the gym a little bit, think about what it is you want to do, think about your partner's body, find out what it is that is turning them on, and incorporate that into what you like. And then you guys figure out how to have this connection together. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of times where it's like people just assume, you know, that they want this thing, or they don't even think about something else. And then there's times where people want something, but they don't know how to say that that's what they want, or they don't want to have that conversation, or they're embarrassed, whatever. Those are both skills that you have to work at if you want it to work.
Yeah, I like your answer. I actually agree 100%. Sex, it's not just what happened randomly, it's actual job. Both like two partners or whatever, how many partners.
Yeah.
It's a job because you need to articulate what you want, how you want. Yeah. And then feel surprised people still think it happens somehow like
Randomly.
Randomly.
I used to date this girl when it just felt like there was no talking to her, because there'd be times where I'd be like, hey, what's your fantasy? What is it that you actually want out of this connection? And she's like, I just really go with the flow. I don't really think about it. And I was like, no, I want to hear, because it's hot to me. You tell me what it is you want, what you like. And she's like, I don't know. I guess we just see how it goes. And then I was like, after dating her for a couple months, I was like, are you enjoying this? And she's like, actually, I want more of this. And I'm like, you could have told me this. And then it just didn't work out, because it's like every time I feel like I'm begging you to tell me what you want, versus I'm just going to do what I want, and then you're left out. And now I feel bad, you feel bad. This whole thing was a waste of time.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any suggestions for people who just start exploring the sex and sexual life? What to read or what to listen to, like to increase the knowledge about sex?
This is an interesting one. It's not actually about sex, but this is one that's more about communication. There is a book called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It is available at the library. It's from a sex therapist. She's a Black sex therapist, so that's definitely an extra for me, where she talks about how, is she a sex therapist? No, she's just like a family therapist. Set boundaries, where you figure out how to talk to people about what you want and what you don't want out of any connection, your life, your relationships, your family, your parents, all this kind of stuff. How to figure out how to tell people, especially if you're a mature person, you know, you're an adult, tell people what it is that you actually want, what you're not going to do, or figure out how to communicate about how to get to a middle ground. That is one of my favorite books for that. Actually, I need to reread that. That's one of those books I reread every once in a while. And there is another book, cannot recall what it is now, but it's kind of like Joy of Sex, but a little bit better, where it's like she's a sex therapist, where she talks about how to figure out what might be holding you back. You know, there are some people, especially men, who just having sex all the time, but like nothing changes. They don't ask any questions, and they seem like they're doing fine, but they don't get any feedback. You know what I mean? So one of those, and one more book that everybody should read at some point in time, The Ethical Slut. which is a non-monogamy book that is more about how to communicate with your partner about what they want. It does lead into how to have multiple relationships and how to manage them, but I think it's just a really good all-purpose, like, talk to your partner type book, you know.
And also, I think YouTube channel InFox, where we are,
Definitely.
actually the
Book coming in 2026.
so far. Please subscribe and put likes for this video.
Share to your friends.
Share, yeah.
Make some comments. What do you want to see next time?
Oh yeah, because this is channel created for people who want to explore the sex, who want to talk about sex, who is not shy to talk about sex. Okay, so Cliff, where we can see you in Toronto in person? What's the show coming up, or wherever? Tell me if the people really want to see you, where they can go.
Yeah, you can go online, find me, Cliffy So Funny. That's on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads. So people on Threads, TikTok, all these places. You'll check my stories. You'll see any shows that are coming up. Follow the Comedy Lab. That's always going to have very fun shows. We have a lot of like specific like theme shows. We have like a queer open mic. If you want to come try comedy, very, very funny. Mickey Dykeman will be hosting. We have Femme Fatale, which is like an all femme and queer comedy showcase. And then we have Comedy and Cocktails, which happens at the Hotel Victoria. Check out all these kinds of things. Yeah, follow the Comedy Lab. Follow me, Cliffy So Funny. And yeah, that's
and follow me, Fox in Toronto. Okay, so that's basically everything. Do you have something else what I didn't ask you and you want to tell people?
Mostly, hey, go get tested.
Oh,
100%. If you're in Canada, it is free in almost everywhere. Yeah, it's covered by we're in Ontario, so it's covered by the Ontario Health Program. It's completely free. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but like if you, like I tell people, a minimum get tested like every 6 months. Even if you didn't touch anybody, just go do it. It's free. You know what I mean? You might have sat on a toilet seat. Who knows? Like any of these things, just go do it. Especially for most queer people, we're getting tested every 3 months because of like medical purposes. That's covered. Just do it. You know.
okay. Yeah. So I really thank you for your time and appreciate you came and basically lose virginity with Clif Knight and my channel here, and you've been witnessed this. So now I think I need some now I need some aftercare. So can I hug you?
Oh, of course.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a good time.
Yeah. Bye.
Now I need a cigarette.
Oh, definitely. Oh my gosh.